Introducing new Moth Be Gone. Welcome back to WETT The Splash, the home of all your naughty little secrets.
We are live from the scene of the accident, and the death toll has climbed to a staggering rate.
Welcome back.
What's up with it?
We are here for another episode. We got no guest today, which means we got the segments back, and we're going to have a good time. First things first, of course, Black Tie CBD. You know what? This is what you do. You go to the website, you look at it, you go, holy shit, is that CBD? And then you're going to be like, yes, it is. And then you're going to be like, maybe I don't want any then. But if you do, you stick one for 10% off. They also, they've got Delta 8 now, which if you really are against CBD, which one was kind of silly, but if you're a stoner, I kind of understand, right? You could get Delta fucking 8, and that gets you high off your fucking ass. And because it's coming from Black Tie CBD, you know that shit's going to be like the most fire ever. All right? Also, if you do smoke weed, you pair it with some CBD, and it's really good for you. You know what I'm saying? It brings the anxiety down, kind of, it does things for your body. And you don't have to keep smoking weed all day. Also, here's the thing as being a stoner, right, that we should acknowledge. I get up and I smoke weed, and in the middle of the day I start to come down. Now you get more high, which means you're going to be high all day, which, to each their own. I do that quite often. Or you have to fight off a nap until the come down is over, and then you get to come back to reality for a little bit, which is a real fucking bummer anyway. So, I mean, if you're like me, and maybe you want to just kind of start smoking weed just at night, but you're still a little too anxious, or you've got some inflammation in some spots or something like that, maybe try CBD in the morning and then save your weed for the evening, and it'll be way more of a special occasion. So go to Black Tie CBD, grab some fucking Delta 8 and some CBD, smoke them at the same time, send me a picture of your butthole, use Thick One, 10% off. All right. We're fucking moving. All right, so the first thing first, Discord, of course, on the agenda. We've got 2 new people in the Discord. One is Thickness's girlfriend. You ever wanted somebody to not be in your Discord before? Oh.
The delay on that's pretty funny, too.
Oh, no. No, I mean, So my girlfriend kept asking me, she was like, will you give me the invite to your Discord? I want to join it. And I was like, look, nobody's really talking in there yet. It's just a bunch of guys sending memes, and they're all inappropriate. But it's not popping yet. We've got about 20 people in there now, actually. If you want to pull up the Discord, we've got about 20 people in that motherfucker, I think. And, it's not the huge, 18, all right, 19 with that guy online. So it's starting to grow, all right? It's going to exist one day. And then also,
You need more.
we got this guy. We got another one, Mr. Period, or it's just Mr. with 2 dots, I guess. Go to the general. Oh, yeah, you see it right there, too. Oh, yeah, no, it's just Mr. And congratulations. Welcome, Mr., you fucking terrifying person with all of that. Actually, no, so this guy's cool. So he's a buddy of mine, and we were talking about Discord the other day, and he was introducing me to the idea of putting bots in the Discord. And then fucking Sexy Jesus. Shout out Sexy Jesus, bro. Your picture of Herbert the Frog eating that ass is beautiful. And if you're in the Discord, you could see that shit, motherfuckers. But no, so we were talking about adding bots to the Discord. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what are bots? Why would I add them to a Discord? And apparently these fucking things, you can get a bot that plays games with you. Or you can get a bot that'll Google search images for you and all sorts of different things. So he's actually going to be helping build the Discord so there's more things for people to do in there. Because we're pulling the curtain back.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
If he does a good job, we should make him a mod.
Yeah. That and EJ. I thought about making EJ a mod, even though he doesn't support the show whatsoever.
That makes no sense.
Bro, he's such a cunt. He's such a cunt, bro. He's known me since way before this show ever started. It's been 4 years now. Mm. And when I was telling him about the episode 200 idea when we rent out the dungeon potentially and watch that gangbang, he was just like, oh man, like I might have to finally give your show a chance. And I was like, fuck every part of you. All right, you fucking piece of shit. I know you're not listening to this, EJ. Fuck you. Play your World of Warcraft. Sit at your fucking computer, taking dabs, fucking stretching your fucking nutsack, sweating, eating Carl's Jr., you cunt. Oh, fuck you. You could give my podcast a chance. You sit in a computer. He's on vacation from work right now for the new World of Warcraft release. You can't put it on in the background, you fucking asshole.
Man has his priorities straight,
You
dude.
can't at least give your boy some streams? You can mute it. Put it on. Here's the thing. If you have a friend and you have a friend who has a friend, tell them to play it and just mute it. Give us the plays. Give us the follows. Give us the plays. But like with this guy in particular, like I almost started a podcast with him 4 years ago.
Oh, that's
So
right.
the fact that he
That's
wouldn't
right.
even give this one a chance.
That's right.
4 years in, he sucked my
Well, it's
dick.
because he's not in it, bro.
It's because he's not in it, bro. People only want to hear it when they're fucking in it.
If he wants to come in it, bro, you know.
I can't
That
tell
came
you,
out wrong.
Yeah, right? I can't tell you how often this shit happens to me, right? I'll tell somebody, I'll be talking to somebody, and the podcast will come up. And they'll be like, oh, man, like, I'll check it out. And then they'll listen to it. And then the next time I talk to them, they're like, hey, man, I really liked your show. It's really funny. Like, so when can I come on? It's like, what do you mean, when can you come on? You know what I'm saying? Like, you think you just get to come on? Like, first of all, if I let everybody that listens to the show come on to the show, we'd have, you know, quite a bit of shows planned out already. That's for sure. We'd hit Rogan numbers as far as episodes written.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I gave every listener one episode.
I mean, we have the ability to do remote interviews as well. You
That's
know,
true.
it's just.
I don't want to just talk to assholes, though. Like, be doing something at least. You know, be like an artist, be like a really good plumber, be funny. But if the whole reason you want to come on the show is because of the fact that you were nice enough to listen to it for me,
Yeah.
don't listen to it.
Yeah.
Like, suck my dick. This isn't how this works.
Yeah.
Like, all right. Like,
Well, it's like, you know, the risk of bombing for a lot of people is like they don't realize, you know.
yeah, and
It's a little bit different.
That's such a fun thing that I've gotten to witness on this show is that not everybody can do this.
Yeah.
And like that sounds so arrogant, but it's also like it's just true. Some people are just fucking awkward, and they get more awkward when a microphone's in front of them. Like,
Well, I mean, like some people just don't have the ability to continue conversations
Yeah.
endlessly, right?
Well, also,
you know, they
yeah.
expunge their arsenal after a while.
yeah, well, like for example, like that guy Julian that we had on that ended up getting drunk and passing out on the episode. Like he was.
Shout out to Julian. Dude.
Shout out Julian, dude. I love that guy. He's great. But like he was, you know, in person, he was easy to talk to. He was great. He was a funny guy. As soon as like you put the headphones on him and put a microphone in him, it's like shut down.
Some people get scared too.
Yeah, we had this guy Anthony. Anthony never shuts the fuck up, and we put him on the microphone. And we couldn't get him to talk. And I was really looking forward to that episode. He's gone now because he lives in a different state. But like, he's the kind of guy that like I would go down just these rabbit holes of conspiracy theories and stuff with.
Yeah.
So we brought him on, and he was very confident. And then like when we got him onto the show, like he just kind of sat there with
It's
the mic in
different.
his hand. So it's
Yeah.
like it's really just not for everybody, and
Yeah.
it's different. I'm sure you know he could. That guy in particular could probably get used to it.
Yeah.
But some people, it's just like they're like, yeah, I want to do it, and then they get the microphone in their hand, and now it's just like me staring at you across the table, and you're like,
I think it's difficult for a lot of people who don't listen to podcasts, especially, you know,
Yes.
to find the pacing also. You know, when
That
to
is the thing.
when to interject, when it's okay to interrupt somebody versus when it's not, you know.
Yeah,
Cuz
yeah.
like it's another thing too is that like interruptions happen. You can't not do it, right? Like
Yeah.
it's just how natural conversation happens, especially when you're really into the dialogue. But
yeah, because like people can end up listing off like 10 points at a time.
yeah. But then I think for most people, it's like not knowing how to interject is usually an issue, you know? And then the folks who are usually talkative are paranoid of overstepping, right? You know? Which I think just comes with just practice, you know? Get some experience in.
Yeah.
But then there's the people who genuinely just don't have input, you know? Like,
Yeah.
because I think there's a difference between somebody who just doesn't know how to talk in the conversation and just is quiet, but they're you know, engaged or listening, you know, they're attentive, right?
Yeah.
Versus somebody who's literally just fucking another world, you know, which we've
Yeah.
had a couple of those for sure.
We've had those for
you know,
sure.
we're just like, all right, like, you know, you just want to go home, buddy? Like,
Yeah.
I can walk you, bud.
It's like, I'm glad you're here, I guess.
You know,
Like,
it's just like, yeah, I guess the
you did us
audience.
such a favor for
Yeah.
showing up today, and you're not even fucking listening. Yeah, no, that shit. That shit's wild too. It's like, why even come on then?
It's just don't waste our time.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
really, it's not like fuck you. It's just don't waste your time. You
But
know, because
I would say like 99% of people we've had on the show though. I loved having them on. Logan,
100%.
Logan didn't say a fucking word, but honestly, like, I didn't hate him for
He was
it.
an audience
Yeah,
member,
yeah,
you know, like which it's fine. I know he doesn't listen, you know,
Yeah.
but I think
I know he doesn't listen. That's such a. Like,
I know he
love
doesn't
that
listen,
I could
dude.
just like we could say that about everybody we talk shit about on this show. I know this guy doesn't listen. Fuck him. Shout out to Logan.
Well,
man.
then the funnier part too is like say the show takes off like huge, you know, and then they go and listen finally, like 5 years later, and they hear that they're like, "Oh, those motherfuckers,"
yeah,
you know.
like, oh, well, you didn't have
like,
a problem with it 5 years ago.
You weren't fucking listening, were you, bitch? You know,
Yeah.
like. But then we're the asshole that we call that out to somebody, and then they text us like the day after the show goes out, "Hey, fuck you, bro."
I've had that.
Like I hear you.
I've had that happen on the show where we've said something, and then like the next day or the day or so after it comes out, like, "Hey, bro, like what the fuck?"
There's like a weird, interesting element to this show.
Yeah.
I don't mean to derail or anything, but like, there's an interesting element to the show. I think that because we don't look at the numbers a whole lot, right? So you have no idea really, truly how many people are listening.
Yeah.
So there's a kind of like a weird, like the listeners. I almost feel like if I was the listener, you know, like and not part of the podcast, it's like. You never know if like am I me and 3 other dudes are the only people listening to this, you know,
Yeah.
or is there actually like a secret little group of 100 that like are consistently listening? You know, it's like a weird. I don't know. It's just a weird kind of element to the show.
It is weird just because it's like like the numbers are in so many different places to look, and then the numbers, like they only tell you so much.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're getting a couple thousand people visiting your website, like that could just be a couple hundred people going to your website 10 times in a week.
Yeah, or it's just seeing the front page and
But
going, okay, whatever,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
leaving. You
I wonder
know,
how often that's happening. People
Probably
are
a lot.
just clicking on it and being like,
probably a lot.
yeah.
That's why I always say, like, and this is always a thing that I feel is important to anybody who builds websites, is that the less clicks and the less navigation you have to go to get to their end destination, the better, right?
Yeah.
It's just internet's so fucking fast now
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you just can't afford to have make folks or force folks to like have to search for where you want them to go. You know?
That's why
it's just not good.
Our hyperlinks, whenever I post them, is always to the episode.
Yeah, just
for
fucking
that.
direct link, dude.
Yeah.
I'd even go so far as to like even maybe put the episodes embedded into the actual posts, you know, like just have the click and listen within there. But
Well, that would be I mean, I'm talking about like when I put it like on the bio of something.
oh yeah,
Yeah, and I have like a link for the website. Instead of to the website, it goes straight to the episode tab of the website. But I've got we've got the voicemail.
oh tight.
Of course, it's Bubbles.
Yep.
I'm
Every
sure,
week, the boy.
I'm sure it's gonna be something great because you know he always fucking fucks with me. Let's see what he's got today.
Hello.
I'm not mad at that. Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
I got one more from him.
The Raping Blob.
Wow.
Wow. One more time with that one.
The Raping Blob.
In theaters July 14th.
Oh, the Raping Blob. Yeah, that's that guy from fucking Mythbusters. That's the guy, the guy who raped his sister a bunch and then named himself the Raping Blob.
I do not know this.
Okay, so
explain, please.
So the Mythbusters is this show where these two nerds.
It's about
that
to break my heart, dude. I love that show.
Yeah, so it's about these two nerds that both look like walruses somehow.
It's the mustaches, dude.
Yeah, they don't look the same as each other, but they both look like walruses. And shout out to Mike because Mike came up with that. But like, so it's about these two walruses that will take myths that we heard in like movies and shit like that, and then they'll test them with science. And the guy who doesn't wear the hat, so there's like the cucky one.
Adam?
Yeah, Adam Savage. Is that it? Savage? Adam the Raping Blob Savage?
I don't know.
Well, apparently it came out like last year, something like that he's like raped his sister multiple times.
Oh.
And that he gave
Ew.
himself the nickname the Raping Blob.
Ew.
Yeah. So he's just a horrible, horrible thing. And I don't know, like, you almost never hear about it. So I wonder, like, if he, like, beat the case or if he was just quietly canceled. Like, I don't know what happened. Like,
I don't know what the answer is on either side, but it's upsetting either way.
because it's different.
I am upset.
Think about this. It's different when it's somebody who doesn't have currently a project going. right? Like when Kevin Spacey got outed for being a pedophile, he was in House of Cards currently or whatever. So they had to like pull it and fucking recast and reshoot everything.
Sure.
It was like this whole fucking to do. But when somebody who doesn't have any projects going on, they're already not doing interviews. They're not in media. They're not in front of your face. So it's like if they get canceled or not, like it's almost like there's like no follow up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like it's like with Chris D'Elia when he got canceled, of course, and he's back now, which is cool. Shout out Chris D'Elia. We talked all shit about you, but like it was out of fun. It was out of like it wasn't like we actually hated Chris D'Elia. Mike really was like a huge fan, but fucking so when he goes down or when Louis went down, right? Like they were in the middle of projects, you know, like they had shows, they had specials, they had productions. So like you kind of like it was everywhere on the media, like everywhere. But with this guy, it's like he didn't, you know, Mythbusters was like 10 years ago when that shit ended or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
You're right.
the R2D2 Asian guy died of a fucking brain aneurysm. The redheads like fucking started her own show with the other white guy. And then I don't know, the one walrus I guess is a rapist and the other one's probably in the mountains somewhere carving leather. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I see
I
him
hope.
doing.
I think for some reason the name Jamie pops into my head, so I
could see
think
Jamie being a
maybe
person.
Jamie was the other guy, the guy
Yeah.
with the fucking.
He always had the like the hat.
hat. Yeah. What is
Yeah.
that called? That's an actual thing.
It's like a fucking golf hat. I don't know. Fucking
No.
fedora.
No, there's an.
Fucking.
If somebody knows, you should put it in the chat in John Shine Discord. So you should join the Thickness of the Shine Discord. Wow. Can you say that a little bit better for me since I'm apparently retarded?
Yahweh be with you.
That works too. Thank you.
Yeah. Join the Discord.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, man. Apparently that guy's fucking awful. But Bubbles also just loves Mythbusters, so he don't give a fuck. He also thinks that shit's hilarious, so he doesn't care. Okay. Oh, speaking of like social media stuff, though. Oh, actually, no. Fuck that. Speaking of Bubbles, so I was doing some yard work this week, right? The neighbor had like an illegal immigrant living in the backyard for a couple of years. He was like living in like basically a closet, like literally like a closet he was living in, and like just this tiny like 4'8" Mexican dude named Pablo.
He's a Mexican Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly.
Hell yeah.
He's more of like a Mexican Dobby, damn near. But he was cool, you know what I'm saying? But like he did a lot of meth and he got kind of annoying, so eventually they got rid of him. And so now nobody's there to do all their yard work because naturally, you know, they're made him do all the yard work all the fucking time. And they also, so they came up to me and they were like, "Hey man, like we need a lot of help with the yard work. Like we'll give you weed for help."
Word.
And I was like, yes. So I start like weed whacking, and then the spool shoots out of the weed whacker. And I don't notice this, right? Like, or I didn't notice that the top cap flew off. So I'm weed whacking, and then I stop real quick, and I'm like, "Hey, Bubbles, can you move my car so I don't fuck it up?" And so as he's moving it, spool shoots out, Bubbles runs over the cap to the weed whacker.
Ooh.
So it's just down.
R.I.P.
You know what I'm saying? And then fucking, so we had to go get another one. But I thought it was just hilarious. It was just one of those, like, perfect stream of events. You know what I'm saying? Where like it's hot as fuck. I'm weed whacking. All Bubbles is moving the car. All of a sudden, I hear a noise, and I look down, and the spool is out of the weed whacker. And there's string all over the place. And as I'm looking at that, I hear the crack of the fucking cap get exploded across the fucking driveway. So instantly it's like, well, the weed whacker's broken, I guess. Like, God damn it. But so I ended up having to fucking go and get another one, like a whole new weed whacker.
Oh, it sucks.
Just to do the neighbor's yard.
That's big sad.
Which is such a
It's
like
big sad.
That's such a like a fuck you for trying to help someone kind
Well,
of thing.
did you get a nicer one than you originally had?
Yeah, and I was able to get the cap.
Happy circumstance, kind of.
Yeah.
Sort of. It costs money, but you know.
I was able to find the cap too, so I fixed the old one. So now we got two. yeah. But like
That's the worst.
Yeah.
It's the best because now you have two, but also in the moment, the most fucking frustrating thing ever.
Well, exactly, because
Like-
everything had to stop
Yeah.
and be done for this, and then like I could just find a $7 cap down
Son
the
of a
road.
bitch.
Yeah, and that's 2 for 2. I've tried to help these neighbors and ended up getting like fucked.
Yeah.
And like both times were like semi my fault. The first time I went to wash one of their cars, and I fucking locked their key in the car.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like luckily, and they didn't have a spare, of course.
Man, that just the cringe embarrassment value to that. I'm sure you
dude,
felt because
let me set it up.
I'd be like, I'm an idiot, dude. I'm
It's
sorry.
worse too.
Like
It's worse too. So I was washing my cars. Like I have the two, and then my roommate's car. And then like the neighbor walks up and she's just like, "Oh, my car really needs a wash. I'll give you some weed to wash it because they grow weed. So
Right,
everything is
right.
weed
Fuck
for
yeah.
money.
You know,
Yeah, and plus
California,
like
baby.
when you're getting weed instead of money, the value of the weed you're getting is more than the money they would have given you.
Yeah, it's true.
Like where they would have given you $50, they'll give you $100.
Especially if you flipping. Yeah.
So I was like, I didn't want to do it too. I was like, but she's kind of older, so I was like, fine, yeah, no worries, just give me your keys and I'll do it. So not only did I lock the keys in the car, but I was doing this job that I just definitely didn't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that stacks onto the frustration of the whole event.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck, I should have just said no, dude.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to fucking wash your dumb car. Now I got to call AAA because you don't have a spare. And it's like, oh man, the whole situation was fucked. So now, that's 2 for 2 that I've helped them, and it ended up like backfiring on me. So
That sucks.
the moral of the story is
Big
don't
sad.
help other people. If other people need help, you say no.
If you are gonna help people, you better have a good fucking plan.
That's what I'm saying.
Like a good fucking plan.
Yeah, or at least think about it a little bit. Don't lock keys in cars or blow up lawnmowers.
Yeah.
All right, so next thing on the agenda I want to get to, because I got some things that are going to take some time to talk about, so I'm getting through these ones a little quicker. We had the ghost of Billy Belfield. He followed our Instagram.
Oh.
Apparently we did enough seances to where he's alive and he followed us. I just thought that that's such a weird and hilarious thing. And I think since Mike is gone, I think we're going back to Billy Belfield is dead. As far as I know, he's dead. He got sucked up under a semi-truck right after he graduated on his way to Chico. So rest in peace, Billy Belfield, and whoever is following us on Instagram now with the account Billy Belfield. That's very wrong. And you shouldn't be
I
doing
wonder if he did listen, if he just jumped ship as soon as Mike was out of it, or if he still does.
that. I don't know,
Or-
because he just started following us. And
Oh.
Mike's name's not even on it. So, like,
I don't know.
I don't know either, dude.
I don't know.
It's
It,
so
it could
funny.
be one of those friendly, like, yeah, those are the boys,
Yeah,
follow
yeah.
and then not
Well,
action,
I've never met him.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
I remember he was my drum major when I was a freshman. I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I scrolled through his page. He seemed like a real nice
I
fella.
think. God, it's been so long. I don't even remember, dude.
It's just one of those things like Mike's name's not on it. I've never met him. He definitely's never met me.
He's a good dude.
And it's just so funny that we've talked so much about him being dead and then now he's shown his face.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm going back to he's dead
Yeah.
even though he showed his face.
Yeah, he doesn't know you for sure.
Yeah, there's no way.
This is way,
Yeah.
pre your era, which
Yeah.
is funny.
But he's back, so we've got him. Everybody go follow Billy Belfield.
Yeah, I don't think he remembers me either.
if you
Such
if
a brief interaction.
if you're following the show on Instagram and you're listening to this, go follow him just for
boy.
the funny of it.
The boy.
Just follow him and then send him a DM and be like, bro, I'm so happy you're alive. No context. And we'll see if he's listening or
Yeah,
not.
if he doesn't listen, that's a wild thing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
20 random people. And
Yeah,
just all of a
especially-
sudden, bro.
Especially if they know
You're
him too.
alive.
Like,
Yeah.
oh my God. Yeah,
Yeah.
so definitely go DM Billy Belfield and be like, I'm really happy you're alive. And
Dude, we were sure you got sucked into a turbine. And the
yeah.
next one's like, bro, I knew you ran into a tree. Like completely different fucking death stories,
Yeah.
too.
this is
yeah.
a Tats investigation. Bro.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
find
yeah.
out if he listens or not.
Yeah.
All right, next thing on the list, we got okay. This isn't gonna be something I'm doing for people on the show. It's for somebody in particular, and we're not doing this again, most likely. But we're doing a birthday shout out. So here's the birthday song. Ready?
Oh, shit.
I am the coming Messiah.
Happy fucking birthday.
Happy fucking birthday. All right. It was the Shine's birthday. The artist formerly known as Shine, Mike, turned 30 yesterday.
Okay, I actually genuinely mean it now. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, he turned 30, big 3-0, bro. He's fucking old.
The boy.
Yep, his
Looking
knees
just
are,
like his daddy.
his knees are officially done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're an old man now,
Yeah.
Mike. He celebrated by going on a hot air balloon ride.
That's sick.
That is also
I'd be
terrifying.
this is why we get along.
Right?
You
I
know?
like the ground.
Like, I'd be interested. Don't get me wrong. I'd be
Yeah.
like, different kind of experience, something you can't get anywhere else. But also, like, if that shit fucking pops in somehow. I don't know if I doubt it would, but if something goes wrong,
like
there's no safety procedure whatsoever. You
like-
just kind of pray.
What stops a goose from flying into a hot air balloon and just tearing it and it's gone forever?
Hopefully,
Like,
it's intelligence.
yeah. Well, geese fly into airplane turbines and shit.
I think it's sucked in. Be
Okay,
fair.
that's
All right,
fair.
they get too close
Yeah.
to fly next to you because they are using the whatever the fucking
The trail or whatever?
Yeah, that
The wind?
that the plane leaves behind, just like how birds, and then they
Tailwind.
get thank you.
Yeah.
And then they get sucked into the turbines.
That's hilarious.
Because
see,
there's suction pressure.
But see
yeah.
they're
That's fucking wild,
They're
dude.
using that tailwind.
And then-
It's just like when you take a Corvette and you drive behind a semi on the freeway to save gas.
Does it work like Does it work in the same way with a hot air balloon?
What?
The tailwind? I
I
don't
think
think
there
it
is
does.
one. I think
yeah.
they would just fly into it,
it just
for the
floats.
sake of flying into
yeah,
one.
yeah, just suiciding into it.
But it's like if something in like so like in Albuquerque, New Mexico, they have the hot air balloon festival,
Yeah.
and you'll see hundreds, if not thousands, of hot air balloons go off at the same time. So I mean, like if a herd of geese for some reason was flying through the desert, there's definitely a chance one or two fucking hot air balloons are going down.
Just get the Looney Tunes image of one popping and flying into the other ones and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
you
it's
know?
doing that crazy shit where
yeah.
it's like when you let go of a balloon while you're blowing it up and
Yeah.
it flies around the room.
Yeah,
making
yeah.
the fart noise and shit.
It's
It's just flinging people out of the basket. There's like one guy he's just curled up in the bottom, and the force is keeping him sucked to the bottom of the basket.
yeah, exactly.
But everybody else, they weren't holding on enough, and they get just tossed out the side.
Yeah.
They're weak.
Oh man, Looney Tunes was the shit, bro.
Nature decided to keep that one guy alive.
Right, or just sheer luck in general.
Yeah. So happy birthday, Mike.
Happy birthday, boy.
Right on, man. Fucking, we miss you.
Yes, sir.
Last thing before we start getting into this crazier shit. All right,
Oh
so
boy.
where are we at in time anyway? Because we gotta. I'm pulling this up tonight. Oh, perfect.
We got
So
plenty of time.
tonight is and by the time you guys listen to this, it's gonna be over. But it's the Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather fight, and I'm sure pretty much every media over the last 4 weeks, 6 weeks has been covering Jake Paul's fight.
Yeah.
But it seems like the Logan Paul Mayweather fight, I don't know. I just feel like nobody cares.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody who's going to watch it, like, besides, like, rich people that say they're going to watch it on podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, everybody I know, like, in person, they're just like, no. Because, like, if they're a boxing fan, they don't like the whole parade that happened with the Jake Paul fight.
Mm-hmm.
If they're an MMA fan, I mean, there's really no reason because they think it's a spectacle and there's no actual MMA fighter in it, too. And then I guess you have YouTubers, but, like, Jake's been the way more, like, interesting one to watch. Jake's one posting all the crazy videos. He's, like, he's always posting training videos. He's always talking shit. Jake's the one who stole Floyd Mayweather's hat, not Logan.
Yeah. Jake leans into it more than Logan does.
Yeah, well, he just signed with Showtime, too.
Yeah.
And then Logan's got this one. He only has the one fight, and he lost it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like, I feel like if Logan Paul wins tonight, I will never take boxing seriously.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Because
really.
like if Justin Bieber fucking performs a song, and a TikTok girl is the ring card girl, and then and then Logan Paul gets somehow one lucky puncher's chance shot, and knocks out Floyd Mayweather, then I think this is what would happen next. Then I think Jake Paul wins against Tyron Woodley. I think everything's a scam. And then it leads to Jake Paul fighting Conor. And then after that, it leads to Jake Paul fighting Logan Paul. And those two brothers just scammed the entire fucking world out of $1 billion.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm fucking here for it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, 2023, it's going to be Jake Paul versus Logan Paul, and it's going to be an actual thing that everybody wants to watch.
Because they somehow have,
Dude, 6 months ago, if Jake
fights in
Paul
the
and
belt.
Logan Paul wanted to have a boxing match, nobody would give a fuck.
That's true.
The YouTubers that follow, they have a huge following. Their YouTube fans would probably be really hyped about it. But I don't think like anybody else would really give a shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if they do all this and they like plan it out right, like let's say that the Ben Askren thing was a toss, like it was actually like rigged, which I don't think it was personally. We've talked about it a few episodes. I don't think it was rigged. I think if you watch it again from the right angle, Ben Askren was stunned so hard the ref had to end it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm on the same boat. If somehow Logan,
this one's
fighting.
Logan. Yeah,
Floyd is known for. I don't even watch boxing, but I know that Floyd's known for like the bobbing and the weaving, and like basically like dodging everything, and just playing the defense game.
Yeah, well, that's his whole thing. Yeah.
And it's like years and years and years and years and years and experience of that to have that reputation versus somebody who's only been doing it for like what?
He had one fight and he lost.
Yeah, and he's only been training for, I'm sure, like a year or two.
It might have been
maybe longer.
Him and his brother are athletes; they're just not fighters.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying.
I think
you can be an
they're
athlete and still not have trained for boxing.
I think Jake's I don't know about Logan in particular, but Jake was a boxing like his whole life. I think
that's cool.
I think that's like a thing. I think he didn't just pick it up, but I don't know about Logan in particular.
Maybe he did too. Who knows?
Yeah. But that's also Jake. Like I said, Jake signed for Showtime now. So that's fucking. He's gonna be fighting Tyron Woodley next, and I think like if everything was rigged, dude, this would be like the smartest business plan ever.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about like.
Or it just could be that Jake's really into boxing and he's decent at it,
Oh, no, he's definitely decent at it, and he's definitely really into it. Because if you watch his videos, like I started following him finally, like he's always in the gym. He's fucking obsessing over it.
Nice.
He's very
That's
into
cool.
it. Yeah.
Respect.
And the more I watch him, the more I like him. I used to hate him, and I didn't even have a reason to hate him.
I just never had an opinion on them.
Yeah.
The only opinion I unfortunately had was the negative side because of the all the negative press that they got for a while.
Yeah.
Especially over the murder forest thing. Remember they found somebody that had committed suicide?
I think that was Logan. Yeah. Japanese suicide.
And unfortunately, that's like, even though that's blown over, that's just on their names forever now.
Yeah.
I think unfortunately, it's also. I like unfortunately today.
Yeah.
But that is also attached to Jake because they are almost a duo in a way.
Well, they're the Paul brothers.
Exactly, and they're the Paul brothers. So it's like by proxy, Logan has almost tarnished Jake's name in a slight way too, just by relation, which that sucks. Big sad.
I still don't entirely know what they did, like why they got in trouble for that video.
Because they were mocking somebody who literally fucking
just
hung themselves in Murder Forest. Yeah, like literally like camera. I don't remember seeing the footage, but yeah.
But I would say in that same situation, I would do the same, especially of Mark. But it wouldn't be because necessarily that I'm laughing at this person being dead because I'm a piece of shit. I think it would be like an anxiety mechanism.
Well, yeah, no, they were genuinely like making fun. And
Me
joking
and Mark would be
like
generally making fun, but I think
Mm-hmm.
inside it's because we'd be like scared.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how we've always dealt with things. Like like whenever somebody close to me has died, I've always been very quick to make jokes about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how people who are fucked
cope.
up like that
They
cope.
cope, yeah.
Yeah, if your coping mechanism that you picked up was laughing,
Mm-hmm.
then you will have the darkest sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm not saying what he did was right, because it definitely wasn't. But I also can't say that I wouldn't do the same because I know my brain is broken.
Sure, but
And then if I had Mark with me, with his broken brain and the way that we would fuel each other, I think we probably would have made a much worse video.
Sure,
honestly.
sure, but
Yeah.
I mean, you would do that and you would post it online.
He was doing it for clout, so I mean, he did that to post it.
So
online.
I'm saying, man, I think that's
Like
where
the whole reason
I
he's
think
there.
that's where the difference is.
I don't
you
know that. Yeah, that's true. I don't know that I would. But did he post it or was he live streaming?
He posted it, I'm pretty sure.
But was he
It's
live
like,
streaming at the time?
I don't know. That I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you. But regardless, it's like even streaming, you're actively going like, oh look, dead person killed themselves. Ha ha, fuck them. You know, it's like it's different when you see it and you're like, oh look, holy shit, you know, and you're freaked out versus very very purposefully using it as your whatever, you know, like I don't know. There's a to me there's a line right there. You know?
I think that depends if like, because again, I don't think me and Mark would sound nervous.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if he found the body and then comes back and pretends that he just found it and starts mocking it, that's I think way worse, like on a much worse level.
Yeah.
But I just genuinely believe, like, I don't think we would post it. If we were streaming it, we'd be fucked.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that Mark and I would probably come off just as bad or not worse. And I don't even think it's like, because I don't think I'm a bad person. I don't think Mark's a bad person. I think it's just one of those, like, our instinct is gonna go for the funny.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether or not this is the right time or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've watched a guy die before together.
Yeah.
We watched this guy have a heart attack, and we joked with the cop about it, which was inappropriate. We were also children. You know, we were yeah. But I mean, how old was Logan Paul when they did that, or whatever? Like, isn't he only in his 20s too? Like,
I think he's around our age or something like that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe a little bit younger.
It's definitely fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely fucked up, especially if he watched it back and then was like, "This is gonna be gold."
I just respect the dead, you know. Not saying that you don't. I'm just saying that's just the way my mind goes. Is just like, is respect the spirit of it, I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that guy didn't respect himself. He hung himself.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, but I mean, like somebody's got to, right?
That guy disrespected life by finishing it early.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's subjective, you know. Like you can't really like equate people's pain to lead to suicide, whether it's like bullshit or like somebody genuinely was just fucking fucked up in the head. You know, it's kind of like something you can really equate. You know, because there's so many variables involved into it. I don't know how it works because I've never been in that situation before, obviously. But I just should like choose to respect the dead in all forms to a degree. You know, that's why I don't like when we were young and stupid and we're like, oh, let's go fucking play airsoft in the graves and the graveyards and shit. Because one of our friends lived near a graveyard at the time, and I was always just like, me and I think Ben also were just like, no, dude, what are you crazy? Don't fuck with dead people, dude. No,
I would never do anything like that. I think that's fucking crazy. But also, if somebody killed themselves, I don't know. I'm not gonna give them my empathy and respect.
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
Like it sucks that it happened. I don't know that you deserve empathy and respect though. Like maybe you killed yourself over something stupid. I won't know.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Some people are going through it. Some people just fucking do it out of impulse. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Some people lose their job and kill themselves instead of thinking about it. Should we respect that?
I don't know. I don't think. Again, just to your point, like the brain, my mind doesn't go to rationalizing why they killed themselves. It just goes, that's a human life that's gone. That's
that's what I'm saying.
You know,
I
and
think
it stops there, really.
I think a lot of their mind isn't rationalizing it though. I think like if you like sometimes stopped and took a fucking, there's like a huge percentage of people that when they jump off a building to kill themselves on the way down, they realize that they shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
which is again that just for me again it just validates another reason like, well, that's unfortunate, you know, like, you know,
but it also validates for me that's like, well, I mean, you fucking wasted it, like, like I like it kind of bums me out for the people who like died early that liked their life. You know what I'm saying?
So would you say you're almost frustrated by it in a way?
Sometimes I would say, you know, I think like if your life wasn't that bad and you impulsively killed yourself. Versus some dude that's going through it and fighting his hardest, like
right, and finding a way out,
dies,
and
then dies on the way
dies.
out, Like I think that guy would spit in your face in heaven.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying, or hell, wherever you guys both go.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I can see that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think life is such a gift, and no matter how bad it gets, like. There's probably something you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like you can just at least go somewhere else.
You know, it's funny. It's like now that I'm listening to you too, it's we're definitely agree to the same thing, but just for the different reasons, which is wild. You know, that's kind of cool. You know, like because the answer is just on both sides of the field is just worship life. You know, worship the life you have, right? You know. So yeah, bro, fucking it is unfortunate that some people get so twisted. Again, not saying this is what everyone's suicide venture is like, but there are definitely people who get so twisted within their own knot in their head, you know, and what they perceive as bad is extremely bad. And then the things that come along that actually are extremely bad, like very close relative losses, blah blah blah, you know, they ruin your I don't know why I went so low. It really just ruins the mental just, you know, gears that are going on in their head, you know, it's wild, bro. Suicide's such a weird concept, you know, because you can't equate the whole like rationale behind it, you know. There's so many so much possibilities and things that happen that
people kill themselves for all sorts of shit.
It's weird, dude. You know, I can't even just say it's only for depression now, you know.
No, of course
like
you kill yourself to get out of fucking going to jail.
Yeah, ritualistic needs.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fear.
On
Fear,
accident?
exactly. Yeah.
Suicide could be on accident.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, dude, fucking, and there's
You
still
could be
so,
murdered.
and there's still so many of us.
You could be murdered and have it look like suicide. I've got two of
It's
those in
true.
my family.
That's true. Really?
Yeah, dude. Okay, so apparently before I was born, I had this uncle Michael, or no, I had two uncles that had died before I was born. There was Michael and Alex is where I got my middle name. But I think maybe it was Alex, but he was like a Vietnam vet that got really into heroin, like every other Vietnam vet, and like because he got into it during the war, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
And they found him hanging in a room, but there was like no stool or nothing, but they deemed it a suicide. So that's a weird one. And then my uncle Johnny, he killed himself like 10, 12 years ago, but he tied a bag of helium around his head in a park. So it's just such a weird way to kill yourself that like maybe it was murder. You know what I'm saying? Like I wonder I wonder how many like crafty murderers get away with like just making it look enough like a suicide, especially back in the day.
Probably.
Before forensics was good.
Honestly, I'd say back in the day for sure, but I'd say like nowadays a few.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, like, okay.
Maybe
so,
for a while they'll get away with it, but not for long.
like, what if you make a guy like you bring in a gun, and then you make a dude tie his own noose, and then like hang himself and kick out his own stool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you leave, dude. You know you don't got any fingerprints on nothing. You didn't touch nothing. Like you were just in the room. Like you killed him. He killed himself. But you killed him. Kinda. That's a weird one. What do you get charged with that? It's definitely murder. It's like double murder.
Yeah, it's
that should be double murder because that's psychological abuse on top of murder.
It's probably like a degree of murder.
That'd be like more murder and torture, right?
Yeah, you probably could do a couple. I guess assault,
That's gotta be
battery, and
worse.
murder. Maybe I don't know.
I'd rather just be shot.
Yeah.
I'd probably
Yeah.
just get shot.
Slow process.
There's no way I'm sitting there and tying my own noose. No, you're killing me as I fight
Well, yeah,
you.
I would take the.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, I would definitely get shot for sure over
Yeah.
fucking just suffocating to death on a noose. You
yeah,
know,
no, that's
but,
crazy. You're definitely killing me as I fight you, or I'm getting that gun from you because I'm not tying
Yeah.
my own fucking noose and hanging
Yeah.
myself. But
Yeah.
some dudes will do it. Pussy,
Yeah, yeah, I can't.
die fighting.
You know,
If you're gonna die anyway,
like the
on
fear,
your
the fear
fucking
of
sword.
suffocating to death is
Yeah.
way bigger than just going red in the head and just charging at
Yeah.
something, you know, and getting shot and dying.
that or being
right.
the thought of being tortured by like another man.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
killing
yeah.
me right away. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a problem.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll bite your fucking dick off.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right?
dude. My fingers are going for your eyeballs
Yeah,
and
no,
everything.
it's dirty
dude,
fighting only.
you
I don't
know?
give a shit.
Yeah,
I'm fucking
yeah.
biting your dick,
Yeah.
gouging the eyes. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to fuck you.
You seen that?
If I win the fight, I'm raping the guy who tried to kill me.
yeah,
I'm going
dude.
full Adam Savage.
Yeah, 100%.
I am a blob and
you
I
are the
will be
rape
raping.
blob.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Fuck that, dude. I've thought about that shit before. Somebody tried to take my
And then
life. I'm fucking them.
Yeah, especially if it's like a dominant win over
yeah.
them. They're trying to kill you, but you just fucking wreck them.
Yeah, it just
you know?
ends up with like you on top of them, just
Yeah.
beating their head into the
yeah,
concrete.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then you fuck them at the end while they're like half conscious.
Oh yeah,
That's beautiful.
We're very aggressive people.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. We need one of these.
Yahweh be with you.
Word.
He
Yeah,
really does
Yahweh be with you as you're literally fucking them.
Yeah. So I guess the moral of the story is I don't care if Logan Paul wins or not.
I forgot we were talking about that.
Yeah. Well, we always got to bring it back full circle somehow.
yeah.
Okay, so this is some shit I wanted to get into, bro. I'm super excited about it. I sent you this link for this fellow. His name is
That's right.
Yuri Tolochko, and he's a Kazakhstani bodybuilder. Now, I'm going to go over some of these notes real quick, and then we're going to start reading this article. So basically, he's a bodybuilder who claims to be pansexual. Now, pansexual means that gender or sexual orientation doesn't necessarily matter to you, that you could love anything. So, like, it doesn't mean, like let's say if you're a dude and you're pansexual, like, which I believe Brendan Urie, yes. So when they dropped the last Panic Disco, he donated like $1 million to LGBTQ and then came out as pansexual. Meaning like he'll fuck dudes, he'll fuck chicks, he'll fuck animals. If he can find an emotional connection to it, then he can find sexual attraction to it. So this guy's claiming that he can fall in love with anything from an image to a soul to like just like inanimate objects. So he And again, he's a bodybuilder. So for 8 months, he was dating a sex doll named what's the name on it here right now? I have it. I think it's Martha. Let's start scrolling through this. So he's dating a sex doll for like 8 months, and now he's starting to. Yeah, let's start here. He's starting to consider dating humans again. So he's a bodybuilder who wed his sex doll at their whirlwind romance. And he went on this radio dating show, and he's saying like, basically, he was just in this relationship for 7 years with his sex doll Margot, right? And now he's willing to start dating humans, but the humans have to be okay with the fact that he's going to be like married and fucking these sex dolls regularly, and that these sex dolls are going to be part of the relationship. And it gets crazy. So as we dive into this, basically, he was with Margot, the sex doll, the silicone doll, for about 8 months. And then he hooked up with a chicken that he found at the supermarket.
What?
Yes. So
a chicken.
Let's start scrolling
Like
here,
like
yeah.
a dead like
a rotisserie supermarket
what the
chicken.
fuck? I mean, it's good food,
he
but
fucked and fell in love with a supermarket chicken. And this is what gets interesting. Let's scroll down a little here because he talks about it.
humanity disappoints me.
So here's a quote. Here's the first quote. Go just a little.
This
I'm sorry.
fucking guy.
Right there. Let's start right here. So, it's interesting and important for me, and in the future, maybe I will have a real person, but it's important that she or he likes my dolls too. And then, okay, so this next one, the muscle man revealed that he's divorced Margot, which was the silicone doll, so he could take up with 2 new plastic playmates, Luna and Lola. And then he also admitted right here to cheating on Margot with a strange object and a supermarket chicken while she was getting plastic surgery over Christmas.
I love that plastic surgery is in the air quotes.
Can we... This whole last sentence here is fucking crazy. Let's break it down. Tolochko admitted to cheating on Margot. It's a fucking doll. With a strange object in quotation marks.
Whatever that is.
And a supermarket chicken. The fact that supermarket chicken could be named, but this other thing has to be labeled a strange object is fucking crazy, dude. Is a supermarket chicken not a strange object to find love with and start fucking?
It is.
Did he take it home first? I hope that he bought it at least. Because here's the thing. He is a bodybuilder. That's one thing that, folks, you got to remember when listening to this. He's a giant fucking Kazakhstani bodybuilder, which means he's doing what he wants. If this guy wants to walk around with a big silicone sex doll, I dare you to go make fun of him. He's huge. Okay. Oh, and that's a nice picture. Who's that one? Is that Lola? Yes. Okay. I think that's Lola. That's so he has an Instagram. This is the picture he took to introduce that Margot was gone. Yeah. See, that is Lola. I knew it. And he says he identifies her as a massive chicken.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Adding that his inflatable lover's navel has depth and can be used as a vagina and a penis inserted into it. Now that's weird because of the Kazakhstani. The navel has depth and can be used as a vagina and a penis.
Hold on. How can you have a sex doll, call it sex doll, right? Have a name for it, but then identify it as a massive chicken?
Yes.
Like, does he literally see it as a chicken that is oversized, human-sized?
I think so.
Or is he just like this? The spirit, the energy of Lola is that of a massive chicken.
Yeah. I think it's the first. I think it's like the giant chicken from Family Guy. But also, can you scroll? Because I just realized a little bit. We didn't even finish that crazy sentence. Okay. So he was cheating her with the supermarket chicken. And there's a last part of the sentence that we forgot.
Oh, yeah.
While Margot was getting plastic surgery over Christmas. Now, plastic surgery for the sex doll. Okay, you modified the sex doll. That makes sense. You could call it plastic surgery to sprucing up what you're doing, but I understand. But over Christmas, I didn't even know Kazakhstani celebrated Christmas. Didn't know Santa went there. Didn't know that the doll celebrated Christmas. And the fact that the doll goes away for Christmas makes it totally reasonable that he would cheat on her.
Do you think?
She's not even with him for Christmas.
Do you think that's when he says like, yeah, she's getting plastic surgery, and then he just throws her in the closet and closes the door?
Yeah. He just takes a lighter and like melts off one of her fingers.
You're gonna go get surgery.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, where's the new bitches?
Oh my god! And then he brings and then he's clearly like talking to him
Oh,
because like the fact that he's like cheating on her. They dated for 8 months before he married her, Margot, the original doll that he married. So for 8 months he was still he wasn't sure yet. He was debating it. He figured out when he was gonna propose. I wonder if he proposed.
probably.
Yeah.
Hey, he's gone this far
Yeah.
in the imaginative side, so I imagine he would have. I mean, look at the fool.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he did take home a supermarket chicken and fuck it. He is also so hairy.
I mean, he's Russian, dude.
Yeah, that's true. So let's go down a little bit. Let's keep going with this one. I like the process of sex itself, and gender sexual orientation are not particularly important here. Okay. In the future, he reported he wants to add a male doll to the mix. I want to do a wedding of a male doll and Luna, and at the same time, I want to do the ceremony of life and freedom with me. It's similar to a wedding, but not wedding.
Interesting.
So, whoa. Okay, so now we're diving into something wilder here. He wants to get a male doll to marry one of the female dolls. That's why he only picked a picture with Lola. So that's cool. So he's more tied to Lola, but maybe it was like a buy one get one 50% off, and he got Luna. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well,
There's a deal at the market.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a sex doll guy now. Like, he's got rewards points. You know what I'm saying? Like every $1,000 he spends, he gets like a new wig or something like that.
Oh my god.
Like he's going to Starbucks.
Yeah.
But fucking, this is okay. Okay, so this is gonna sound wrong because to each his own, and I'm happy that this guy is healthy and he's got clearly a lot of followers and he's happy.
Sure.
But is this a mental illness?
I don't know.
Because he's a bodybuilder, which makes me think, one, he's clearly cycling a lot of things, and two, they're probably not very clean because he's Kazakhstani. But like maybe this is like an effect of just tons of like cycling and maybe brain trauma. Maybe he got hit in the head or something. Like, I don't know, because I don't want to say anybody's wrong with their sexual orientation.
Sure.
But he's also fucking supermarket chickens. So
yeah,
where do we draw the line on like getting this guy tested?
It's a good question. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm not really qualified for
'Cause
this kind of conversation, really.
He's not hurting anybody, so I mean, there's nothing
Yeah,
wrong
exactly.
with it.
Yeah, he's not causing harm, so who the fuck cares?
Yes.
But I can see the people making the argument of it's like, oh, like, but where's the line of bestiality and all other shit, you know?
He's also a bodybuilder, so I mean, like, he can like kill people.
Yeah.
He's-
No one's gonna say yes or no, you
Yeah,
know,
you
if he's
can't
out
really-
walking with his sex doll lady Luna,
Yeah.
you know,
So I
like-
mean, like,
walk in the park.
it's almost like we're all playing charades for a crazy person because
Yeah.
he's also half gorilla.
Yeah.
Shout out Harambe, 5 years, bro.
Harambe.
Oh
Damn.
man, it's been 5 years. That was
I
the
have not
anniversary.
heard that meme in a long time,
Yep.
dude. Jesus
Yep.
Christ.
But so yeah, this is the new Harambe, and he's fucking silicone dolls. And apparently he's having like these, because this isn't just like he's fucking a doll to fuck a doll. He's getting full relationships with these dolls.
Yeah.
He's cheating on them. He's sending them on vacations. They're talking to each other, and he wants to get a human. The whole point of this article is the fact that he's willing to get a human in on this.
Yeah, you kind of forget about that in the
Yeah.
very beginning. There's so much information that you're throwing at that you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What, huh?
Like the whole point
did
is,
what?
this is that he went on a dating show to say that, like, basically, look, this is what I do, and you can get plowed out by me, but you have to accept all this. And I guess
Huh.
there's probably enough fetishes that he'll get some pussy or dick.
He probably will get plenty of people because it's essentially just a
Because he-
relationship with him, but he has a lot of sex dolls.
Yeah. Well,
That
he's
you also get to fuck whether you're male or female. You
yeah,
know?
but you're also, he's like talking to them and he has a relationship. So you,
Right.
and I think he's going to expect you to be like, because this is what I would fear, right? I would fear that I'd be sitting on the couch with this guy, Yuri, and he would say something to Lola, and then he would laugh super hard, and then he would look to me as if I heard it, with almost like a murderous gaze
Oh yeah.
behind his enjoyment.
Yeah.
Like he's happy because he just heard a laugh. He's looking to me for confirmation because he wants me to laugh too. But also behind that is the fact that this is all an illusion, and if you break my illusion, I will rip your fucking arms off of your body.
Yeah. Yeah. I like how you go like the horror movie route with this for sure.
Well, because he's a bodybuilder.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so scary.
You know, this actually might be a good, plot line for a horror movie, bro.
That would be a good fucking plot line for one. And
All
then,
right,
yeah, it's
everyone who's heard this, we're all gonna form a crew,
Yeah.
movie crew. I'm gonna teach you all how to shoot movies,
Yep,
and we're gonna make a fucking horror film, bro.
we're doing it.
Legit, like that's a good ass fucking idea.
You know what?
Now that I think about
I'm
it.
gonna let's do the trailer.
Has
right now.
there been a?
You ready for the trailer?
Yeah.
All right. Yuri Tolochko. He was a simple man. He liked dolls. He liked muscles. But today, he wants to like human. Nobody won't join me with supermarket chicken gangbang. Nobody won't drink protein powder with no milk. One day I will find my love. And with my love, we will share Lula, Lola, Margot, and my soon-to-be new male sex doll, Yosef. This is story of Yuri Tolochko.
The music where it swelled and everything. Oh my god! I imagine like it's a B-roll intercut of
Yeah.
like where it's like his normal life, but in between bits and pieces, there's like flashes of the actual horror scene of the movie
Yeah.
and everything, and somebody running away and shit. Yeah, dude. Oh my god, the way that swelled was perfect. dude.
Clip that. Where's that?
That's a
Find-
good job.
Right, you should write down
Yeah,
timestamp.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
we'll keep that one for the social media.
Yeah.
We'll post it as like a preview.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Good use of the sound deck for sure.
Yeah, we finally got the sad song in on the fucking soundboard. We've had it the whole time.
Been on there for like a month or
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
But I mean, shout out to fucking Yuri though. Honestly, like the fact that he gets to do all this and like he's obviously probably not receiving any judgment to his face. So in his own world, he gets to live there. Like I'm sure his DMs are terrifying, but who knows that he can even fucking read?
Yeah. I mean, if the dude is like, if he's happy, whatever.
It
You
is-
know, who
it
the fuck
really-
cares, right?
It really does come down to if you're happy and you're not hurting anybody,
Yeah.
then it's cool,
Yeah.
dude. Like honestly, like I wouldn't, like I don't hate him for wanting to fuck his dolls or whatever. Like it's
Right.
cool as long as he doesn't start killing people over it. Like whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Also, I mean, yeah, like it really does. Like, just don't fuck the supermarket chicken in the store. You could take it home and fuck it. I don't care.
Dude, that alone is just
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
That just by itself could be a headline.
Yeah.
And honestly, every sentence in this article could be a headline,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah.
Like it is that kind of thing, dude. It's wild.
That's why this is like the first time I've sent you an article that I was reading. I was like,
Yeah,
"Geez,
it's just like what is happening
we're
here?
getting into this
Yeah.
fucking guy, dude." But yeah, man. Shout out to Yuri, dude. I can't hate on that, man.
No,
As long as you're happy.
no, he's a good. I mean, he seems like he's a good dude. Like,
It seems, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking, jeez, is his nipple
Healthy?
pierced? His nipple's pierced.
oh, what a baller!
Wow.
Yeah,
Damn.
healthy as fuck, bro.
That is an Audi. Wow. Okay, well, fuck. All right, we got other things that happen. Let's go into our first segment: thickness versus the internet.
Oh boy,
Let's hit a sound thing here. All right.
that was very. You just tapped it once and
Yeah.
tapped it again. Didn't even give it time to play.
We didn't even have it. All right, so this whore on OnlyFans, she's a stripper, Brittany like Pertelio or something like that.
Sure.
There's this new trend going around where people are asking themselves to kill each other online, but doing it really funny, like the Tide Pod thing.
Hmm.
So the new trend is you take energy supplement powder, and you eat a scoop of it with like no water.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, you eat a scoop of energy powder?
Yeah. But like supplement energy powder. So we're talking about like
Yeah.
high
but
creatine, probably caffeine, fucking.
why?
I don't know. I don't know why they would eat a Tide Pod. I mean, like, it's just one
Fair.
of those, like, you see
Yeah.
somebody hot or funny doing it, I guess, and God, dude, like it's natural selection is what.
Well,
Do you think the CIA is doing this?
No,
Population
it's a
control?
weird stem of physical humor, of shock value humor. I
Yes.
get where it starts from. Because that's when we did that shit when we were kids.
Yeah.
Cinnamon challenge, prime fucking example. You
yeah,
know,
but that's cinnamon.
still, bro, it's
Yeah.
the same vein of it's the same shock.
the same
It's
thing.
just higher. It's
Higher
higher
stakes.
shock because everyone's
yeah.
done everything. You know,
Yeah.
so I see how it's born, but at the same time, it's just like the extreme sometimes people go to. I guess energy powder is not too bad, but the Tide Pods is just like,
Well,
come on.
well,
Like,
so this OnlyFans model who did
okay,
this,
here we go.
she's only 20 and she had a heart attack.
Ooh.
She's 20. She's
I
fit.
shouldn't laugh. That's bad.
Yeah, right. She's a stripper, and she's like, she's 20. She's in great fucking shape.
Yeah.
Stripper is like that's like a difficult workout.
Yeah, it's exercise 24 fucking 7.
Yeah. Because that fucking the strength it takes to hold on to that pole.
Yeah.
I didn't know that the pole was spinning for you, but the fact that
If it's a nice bowl.
but you're still like holding on to that bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah.
a lot. But 20 years old had a heart attack off of it, which is hilarious.
That sucks.
That
dude.
does suck. But
That sucks.
but also
But off of doing the energy powder thing?
yeah, also deserved it. Cuz I don't know. Here's my thing, right? I would do this, but I would just take the energy powder out and put something else in there. In the bucket.
You'd bait and switch?
Yeah. How do you not bait and switch
I
that?
mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
You know, I
It's-
would do the same thing. Like I would have done that with a Tide Pod. I would
You
have.
shouldn't be doing it in general, really.
I would have
But
emptied out a Tide Pod and then filled it with like fucking Kool-Aid or something.
yeah, different flavored
Yeah.
something.
Fucking fill it
Yeah.
with Gushers.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, like people are fucking like, and I wonder if that's how the trend started too. I wonder if somebody took energy powder that was a dud, and then fucking like I just proposed, and then tricked a bunch of people into eating it.
Maybe.
We
I
should
mean,
do that.
Why?
People are stupid.
You
Can
want
you get in trouble for it?
Well, now that you're on record planning it, yes.
Damn it!
That's called manslaughter.
God damn it! That's like that one guy forcing the guy to hang himself. I don't know if that's worse or better.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know either, honestly.
Either way, she deserved to have a heart attack. Don't be fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Like,
come on. Like, there's common lines to draw.
plus,
you
it didn't
know?
kill her, so we can make fun of her. She's
Yeah.
alive. She's fine.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't
You
think
can walk through a heart attack.
I
at
don't
20,
think that's true.
Hopefully.
I don't think I knew personally that you couldn't do that, but at the same time I'm not ever going to do that. I don't know.
What? I mean, I don't know what to do. Ooh, okay.
Like the logic in me says that's bad idea because chemicals, blah blah blah. But I
Yeah.
don't know. I wouldn't necessarily know the reasons or how or why I would get sick or have a problem.
I went to only high school,
Mhm.
so my only guess is that the water is like creating some form of chemical process when it mixes with the powder,
Yeah, I
and
can tell you.
and because you're also drinking it slower because it's mixing with the water. Maybe it's digesting at just enough of a rate to where your body can handle it versus the powder just hitting your stomach and then mixing with the fucking fluid. I don't know. It's like it's like when you eat like a painkiller, and if you don't have any food, like it could just kind of get like stuck up against your stomach lining wall and make you sick. Like maybe the powder, because it's not mixed with the water, it's getting stuck, and because it's getting stuck, it's getting like hyper and like absorbed into your bloodstream.
Yeah.
And then you become like I'm pretty sure that's how they made Captain America.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I saw the movie. I saw it.
They put him in a chamber and did some weird shit.
They
to
put a
him.
funnel in his mouth and they started scooping energy powder into it, and then it mixed with all of his DNA. And the next thing you know, he did
Fucking
parkour.
Captain America, bro.
Yeah,
On your left.
yeah. Blue seemed really knowledgeable about all that Marvel shit.
He was definitely like comic book, like
yeah.
like really into that stuff for sure,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
tight because I know a couple people like that.
Yeah.
It's always nice to be because I'm into comics and
Mm-hmm.
like that stuff too, but not to an extreme. I don't necessarily read them. I just follow the mainstream,
Yeah.
which is not like the true like you're not in the lore, But
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice to be able to have a reference of mainstream to original.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a cool perspective.
I was just never into that world, but whenever I find
It's
somebody,
deep world, dude.
whenever I find somebody who's like deep into that world,
Spent years.
I always find them very interesting.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Because the stories are cool.
yeah,
You know?
like anybody who could just talk to you about the fucking same Marvel movie, like okay, I
Mhm.
get it, but then the guy who's read 1,000 comic books of different universes of the same
remembers
fucking character.
all of them.
And remembers all of them. Like one guy was
yeah.
like breaking down Hulk to me once.
Yeah,
And he was
dude,
telling
Hulk's
me about
tight.
all the different types of Hulks and
Planet Destroying Hulk. I
Planet
think it's what's
Jumping
called.
Hulk.
Oh, yeah,
and
I can't
fucking
remember what it's called.
She-Hulk, his kids.
Yeah, She-Hulk. Yeah.
Universe Destroyer Hulk, all sorts
Uh-huh.
of crazy shit. And I'm just like, what about the Edward Norton one? And he's just like, you're retarded. And I'm like, you're retarded. Fuck you.
We should
Like,
have Blue on again and have an entire just nerd comic section. You
Yeah.
know, just pick his brain about comics for like an hour.
And black people stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Fucking
there's
blue.
plenty of comics on that shit for sure. You know, he really likes Boondocks.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
does.
yeah, hell yeah,
I know.
he's
I
a boy.
thought it was so funny, dude, because when I said Uncle Remus, he thought I was talking about Uncle Ruckus. And, then, and he's
yeah.
like, yeah, if you ever really wanted to learn about black culture, go watch that. And I was like, no, Blue, wait, no.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
I don't think you know who that is.
Wrong way.
But then I started thinking about it. Uncle Ruckus and Uncle Remus, I guess, were kind of the same character. To an extent.
Yeah, same principle.
Yeah. Either way, Jesus Christ, Disney.
Yeah.
Out of all the things that, like, because, like, I like challenging, like, the certain things that Disney cancels or whatever.
Sure,
but
of course.
when I saw the Uncle Remus one, like,
You can't defend that.
I was like, holy
at all.
shit.
You literally
I was like,
can't.
Whoa.
You literally cannot.
No, I literally started.
There's
I started doing my anxious laughter. I
Yeah.
immediately just started laughing.
yeah,
Like,
dude.
like, I remember, like, like as soon as I heard him start talking, I started laughing, and my girlfriend's like looking at me like I'm like the worst person in the world. I was like, no, this is the worst thing in the world. Like,
Yeah.
This is so awful that I'm laughing because I can't believe that this was just like on TV for kids to watch.
Yeah, dude.
This was Saturday morning programming.
Yep.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah, Disney's wild, bro. They did some fucking wild shit back then.
Oh my
you
God,
know,
dude, that shit's so funny. Shout out to Blue. Shout out to everybody that Blue
Blue's the
shouted
boy, dude. Yeah, for real. Shout
Shout-
out to all of the squad that
out. All
he shot out.
600 fucking people he
Yeah,
shouted out,
yeah.
and all one of you that may be retained after listening.
Yeah.
Blue probably brought in one new fan of the show, and
Yeah.
we appreciate
And it
you.
might be just him.
It might just be him. Blue, if you're listening,
You're the man.
yeah, you're the man, bro.
You're the man,
we'll have
dude.
you on again soon.
Yeah, for sure.
We got to schedule that. Also, big announcement. I've been working with Cody. We've been talking about it. We had announced the last time he was on the introduction of our podcast, the City Bumpkins podcast. That is in production, and we're going to be starting soon. So
It's gonna be good shit.
within the next few months, I'd say, look out for that, guys. I'll probably, of course, be announcing it as we go, but it's going to be a whole different kind of show. It's not just going to be like this one or their show. It's going to be, we've got games, we've got segments, we've got
Yeah.
ideas, we've got a whole plan, bro. So,
Yeah.
so I'm excited for that. So guys, just look out for the City Bumpkins thing. That's gonna
Yeah.
be great.
Bro, Thickness making moves,
Yeah.
man. You better be here with it, man.
Damn right. All right, so I've got one more Thickness versus the internet.
Okay, tight.
All right, all right,
Tight.
all right. Oh, hey, hold on. What was the animal thing that I wanted to talk about? Son of a bitch. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, we're good. I haven't gotten there yet.
It's okay.
So my other Thickness versus the internet,
Oh.
it was in Fort Bragg, I believe. No, that's in Texas. It was in one of the Colorado Air Force bases. But basically, so they had this Bradley, which is like an armored vehicle. This would be a good conversation to have with Cody since he was a soldier.
Mm-hmm.
They had this armored vehicle, and somehow a fucking raccoon got into it. And then so there's a video of basically this armored vehicle opening up and a bunch of soldiers freaking out and running out of it and then being chased by a raccoon.
That's an amazing image. I don't
Yeah.
even need to see it, and that's just a perfect image.
If I was any other country and I saw that, I would say strike now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude, for
The
real.
fact that got out to the public, I wouldn't want that. Oh, man. That's hilarious, and at the same time, I don't want videos of our military doing that out.
Yeah,
anywhere.
100%.
I don't want
you know?
people saying that goofy shit. You get all afraid of a raccoon.
Yeah, like
Don't you have guns?
all these souped up fucking big ass dudes
Oh, my
just like
God.
running for their lives.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's an animal.
The thought of being like, oh yeah, we're in this fucking armored tank vehicle, like nothing in the world can hurt us, and then panicking because you found out somehow a raccoon got in there.
Yeah.
Also, good on the raccoon. That's an intelligent ass raccoon, bro. And,
Knew where the safe spot was, bro.
yeah,
He's like, fucking, I'm getting in here, dude. It's been crazy the past couple weeks here.
Also, I think raccoons should be pets way more often. I think that they're cooler than dogs.
Raccoons are not fully domesticated, so
But like
not yet, at least.
But like that's something that we can change in their DNA through domesticating them, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not qualified again to answer that question. That's some deep biology shit because I know
That's
that
what we get into in the show.
Well, I know that it's not as simple as just training generations. There's like instinctual like genes that are passed down.
But like, how do we do it with dogs?
I
feel like dogs
that
are way
was
more of a
over
problem.
like that's been over like hundreds of years, you know,
Yeah.
kind of thing. That's a slow and deliberate change, and that was
The Greek, I think.
I believe, yeah, and it was a relationship in the sense that the dog could work with the humans because it's to make food or get food, and hunt food, and it was like they would work with each other to basically feed each other, you know, and that formed the relationship over time, and then trained, blah blah blah. Whereas raccoons, they have that with us, but it's more so they just take our waste, you know. There's not really a symbiotic relationship per se, so.
But you see it. People get raccoons and they get skunks.
Yeah, I mean,
They
there's
get
exceptions.
Yeah.
They are kind of domesticated. They're just, but in the sense that they're just used to humans being around, not necessarily working with humans.
But
you know,
I always wondered with animals though, because like what if you got an animal, like let's say a raccoon, because that's what we're talking about. What if a raccoon was born, and then you took it, you put it in an incubator, you kept it alive for those first couple crucial mother weeks. And all it knows is you and ever will know is you, at least for the first few years of its life. How much of that instinct will come down and it's a panicky raccoon versus like all it knows is you, so it's like probably going to be chill and not
I think
fuck
there's a
with you.
chance. I think there's
Like with monkeys, because monkeys hit a certain age and then they lose that, right? Like most service monkeys retire very young because they become teenagers and they start ripping people in half. Like they literally start ripping people's faces off, which is hilarious. So you can only have
hormonal, dude.
Yeah, so you can only have a helper monkey until it reaches like adolescence. So like I always wonder, like with other animals, like is it just that when adolescence kicks in, now it's a wild animal again, and that'll love you when it's a baby, and like how long can you hold on to that fucking thing?
I think it depends. It varies from species to species, probably.
Because a raccoon is such a funner pet, if you think about it.
Yeah, raccoons are tight. You know, I think they have a chance, both personality and genes, to be calmer naturally, and then just be willing to go with the flow. But I think instincts, as far as needing to get out, scavenge, find a specific place where they prefer, like habitat wise, I think those will always, to some capacity, whether it's extreme or not at all, will always be there. And then I think the act of filtering those out, either through generations and generations and generations of breeding and selective training, or like literal
Shock
fucking
collars.
shit, Jesus Christ. That you could do that. But I mean, there's plenty of accounts of raccoons, that are super chill, calm, not aggressive at all, and they'll just hang out with whoever.
Yeah,
I remember
see those videos on Instagram. It's adorable.
dude. I remember one particular time, Teresa was hanging outside the front yard, right? And was sitting smoking a cigarette on the porch. And they had an outdoor cat at the time, right? That was just dropped off on the cul-de-sac because it happens all the time. And then they just kind of adopted it, but not letting it in, just feeding it and then like giving it a little house outside to sleep in. And that's pretty much it. Because they had 2 dogs, right? That would probably fucking stomp her out.
Damn right.
But she was sitting down smoking a cigarette, enjoying her space. And then she heard the rustling of the food bowl to her right, thinking it was the cat. Smokey was the name at the time, right? And she started petting it, and just doing like scratching the side of the ear. And he looks over, or she looks over, and it's a fucking raccoon, and he's just in there, hands deep, just like shoving his face. Looks up at her, goes, "Oh hey, can you get my left ear too? Thanks." And just like keeps like eating and then just fucked off. Like they just some raccoons don't care, dude. If they know that you are not a threat, they chill. But as soon as you give them weird vibes, like you start panicking, they go, "Fuck you, bro.
What is
Stay away.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll fucking kill you, dude." Because some raccoons get mean, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like they get like fucking aggressive.
Then
mean.
you have to kill the fuck out of it.
Yeah,
They
dude.
gotta have rabies.
Like it's
and
like a cat, damn near.
But okay, so this one leads me into another topic, which
Oh,
is,
yeah.
all right, so there's this rat. His name is Magawa. And what it is it's an African giant rat, and like the UK and shit will collect them and teach them how to smell out bombs. It's something that we've talked about
Ooh.
before. So like this one was in Cambodia. So there's a lot of just these countries that are just full of landmines
Yeah.
from old wars. And then there's just, it's just fucking all this open land that might be covered in landmines. So there's like, you can't just go pull your tractor out and start building a house. So they train these big ass rats to fucking sniff out explosives. And then they put them like on a tether wire with like a pulley. And then they run around and they smell them. And then they come back and kind of lead the people to them to disarm them.
Mm-hmm.
And now this guy, Magawa, he was the fucking killer. So first of all, he's retiring. They only do 4 years, because eventually they get slower and shit like that, and they're rats, He got a gold medal, and I don't know if he knows that because he's a rat.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
yeah, and he over 4 years he found 71 mines,
Wow.
landmines, yeah. So
Damn.
he's fucking killing it. And then it made me think of, and the reason I brought this up because in Russia they have a statue of a rat wearing like glasses and reading a book, and it's to dedicate to all the mice that have like served their lives for the purpose of science.
Mm-hmm.
And then it started making me think about like, how clever raccoons can get, how fucking clever that we're training rats to smell bombs.
Raccoons are rodent species, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I believe. But like I started thinking about like the intelligence of like the animals and like when we can use them, certain things like that. And it made me start to think like, okay, so then we start using animals for more things. Then we start to realize their intelligence more. And I wonder if over time, and this could be crazy, but I wonder if over time, eventually there's going to be a moral gray line on owning pets altogether. Because we're going to accept a certain amount of intelligence and then start viewing them as slaves.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Even if you love your animal and you take care of your animal, if you had viewed it as an intelligent being, you would have to admit to a certain extent that it's your slave.
Sure.
Because it's not allowed to leave. You
Right.
choose when it eats and what it does and when it shits.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I was just looking at this, I was wondering, like, is there going to be a day where everybody finally, like, starts, like, yelling at people, like, oh, your grandpa was a fucking cat owner, like, 80 years ago. Your people are evil. Like, the same way we'd look at, like, racism today.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was basically translating it to, like when you look at a white guy today and you blame him for his ancestors' wrongs. Like, I wonder if that's going to happen down the line where we're going to have no more pets whatsoever because it's slavery, and then people are going to start hating other people for their ancestors having a fucking dog. And then it makes you wonder about the perspective of those things about 100 years ago when you think about the way people were talking and how normal some things were and how awful they are to us today.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there was,
Makes sense.
like when we were talking about last week, we were talking about casually throwing around the word faggot in
Yeah.
the late 90s.
Right.
Because back then it really wasn't a sexual orientation thing. So to us as kids in that generation, it was normal and it wasn't frowned upon. But now it's awful, which rightly so. It's a whole, it hurts people. But we didn't know that when we were kids, neither did anybody else in that time. So taking that, if we went down the lines where one day pets aren't allowed, there is in that cycle going to be the woke era of people attacking people over the fact that they had like some fish.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that for sure. I mean, I really think it depends on the extremes, right? Like,
Yes.
how far along does the conscious acceptance of intelligence go,
Yeah.
and when that is, you
Yeah.
know? Because if it's like, we're talking 80 years, sure, and then it's like an extreme acceptance in their intelligence, maybe, if it's like 200 plus years from now, and it's, who knows what the state of humanity is at that
Yeah.
point, Maybe, you know, or it could just never be a problem to begin with because we evolve outside of the planet and we do other things.
It's
you
true.
know, like who knows, right?
Also, are cats slaves or are we slaves to cats?
I think cats are using us for sure.
Yeah, right.
I think cats for sure realize that, like, hey, like all I gotta do is chill and not be too much of an asshole.
We joke about cat people. That's a real thing that's going down in like society. There are people who are completely taken over by cats.
Mm-hmm.
That like
they almost expect food because they'll whine and scream for it and everything too. Until
and fucking,
you know, it's good. They get there's definitely cats who are like dominant in such a way, not so much like they overpower you, but they definitely like claim the house in their head.
I've seen it.
Like,
I've seen it,
yeah.
There was this guy, Sam the Cat Man, growing up, lived down the street from me. First of all, strange fella. And as I tell the story, it's going to get stranger and stranger. So
oh, boy. All right.
he was this old fat guy, and he would always pull up when we were kids. He lived in the neighborhood. He would always walk up on us with a shopping cart full of, like, chocolates and candies and, like, cakes and stuff.
That's rapey.
And none of it would ever be in bags. It was like, and he was kind of like homelessy. Like, he didn't look like he had any money, but he would always have shopping carts full of, like, literally, like, pastries and candies and everything.
Like,
right?
unwrapped?
No, not unwrapped, but just, like, it's if he went to the store, filled the shopping cart, went to the candy aisle, and filled the cart, and then just, like, didn't want any bags, and then put it all back in the car without bags.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like, so he always just had a bunch of weird shit, and he'd walk up on us, and he would, like, be like, yeah, you take one thing out of the cart. And he would tell us about his cats. And, like, we were all fat. Nobody really ever thought about it. Like, sometimes you'd get, like, a whole box of fucking chocolate-covered cherries or cookies.
Is he, like, the pervert version of your neighborhood? Creepy, a little bit older?
Yeah, but I don't know that he ever touched anybody.
I know, but, I mean, he can still creep on people.
He definitely was that guy.
Kids, I mean.
He definitely was that guy. I just don't know personally if he was a pedophile.
That's gross, bro.
Because I know he was definitely crazy. But
yeah.
So the reason I brought him up, though, Sam the Cat Man, he had this habit of, like, just feeding stray cats. But he took it to an extreme where every cat in the neighborhood started coming to his house.
Oh.
So then his whole backyard became a litter box. So what he would do is he would buy tons of kitty litter, tons of it, and he'd go into the backyard and he would just fill the landscape.
Jesus fuck, dude.
Yeah, the entire thing. He would just make a solid layer of kitty litter from fence to fence. And then
what the fuck?
Cats would use it. Cats would fight and die in it.
Oh my god, dude.
He would just keep stacking the
layers,
litter,
yeah.
To where it's like this corpse lasagna.
That's what the fuck.
Yeah, and like he had so many cats and he had like this little shed in the backyard. He had so many cats that he actually lived in the shed because they took over the house.
Wow.
So I don't know what the cats did to take over the house,
dude.
But he legitimately didn't live in the house.
Maybe he just decided to move into the shed and give the cats more space.
I don't know. I remember like he'd have a note on his door that said like cats took over the house. If you need me, I'm in the back. And I always thought it was a joke until one day we went back there, and he was living in the shed completely, and the cats just owned the house. And there was just so many of them that like there's like nothing you can do unless you
paid for the house still, I imagine.
Yeah. And
what
then
the fuck?
One day, finally, the city shut him down. And I don't know what happened to him, unfortunately. But they had to tear the house down.
It's a health hazard, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what happened to him though. Like
yeah.
He didn't die when they kicked him out, so he went somewhere. But they had to tear the house down, which is crazy. Like that's disgusting.
Yeah.
But then when they got to the backyard, I think it was either 3 or 5 feet higher than the rest of the ground in the surrounding area because of the kitty litter pile.
Oh my god!
The mass grave.
The amount of fucking corpses, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But that guy was a slave to cats.
What a wild empire those cats had, dude. Like
right?
in that house,
right,
man.
dude? Think about that from the cat's
holy
perspective.
Fuck,
they had their own house, bro. like Concord,
like
California.
yeah, like
Downtown Concord, right by a train station.
the average house cat, just him and his family, or
Yeah.
she and her family, or
Mad Max.
But yeah,
cats.
yeah,
Like-
those motherfuckers had a desert to themselves, dude.
Yeah,
They
dude.
fought and shit, and
Oh, dude.
holy fuck, man.
I had a buddy who lived right next to him.
But there was gangs, dude.
There must have been factions.
yeah,
Yeah,
man. Sorry.
Yeah. I had a buddy who lived literally right next to him. His name was Thomas, and his dad was like super duper white trash. Great guy too, awesome. But he would like we would like fucking build weird redneck shit in his backyard.
Tight.
And spend the night all the time.
Tight.
And we'd sleep on the trampoline sometimes at night. Cause like, you know, he's full redneck. He's got like a CRT TV or whatever out there. He's putting on bootleg X-Men movies and shit. Like,
Fuck yeah.
and we would
Sounds like a
sleep on
party.
this the trampoline, and at night you would hear all the cats come out to start fighting and shit. And you'd hear multiple fights going on at a time in the yard, dude.
You hear them coming out and there's like snapping.
Yeah,
Do the fucking grease
little
thing.
musical
You know?
Yeah. And Sam would just be in the shed. He wouldn't try to stop it. He wouldn't try to intervene. He would never like yell out or nothing. He was just like, dude, this is their world.
Yeah.
I'm just part of it. I'm gonna go get some more cupcakes.
Oh my god.
And then he
dude.
would come next door to my buddy's house with like a fucking shopping cart full of pastries and give it to them. And then
Damn.
they're just like, yeah, whatever, do your crazy cat things.
Yeah.
Thanks for the cookies.
Yeah, thanks for the free food.
Because they're
and
white
snacks.
trash. They're all sorts of excited about
Yeah,
it, bro. They're
yeah,
like, fuck
yeah.
yeah, dude, free cupcakes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man, just that's such a weird dynamic. I can't even imagine what was going through his head as far as like the process, you know.
Yeah. Well, if he's got that brainworm thing, then that's probably going through his head. Now, I don't know if this is real, but real quick, Google like brainworms and cats. Apparently what happens is there's these worms, there's like this parasite that can live in cat shit that we could pick up and gets in our brain. Yes. Toxoplasma gondii. So this can get into your brain. It's not discoverable by a CT scan. And it causes mental illness and schizophrenia and actually changes completely the way that you function. So for some people are hyper aggressive, and then they get one of these brainworms from their cat, and it chills them the fuck out. And then some people get schizophrenia because of their cats and mental illnesses, which is why I think that we're slave to cats, because cats are bringing this toxoplasma with them. And they're literally infecting our cats are brain slugs, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah, and then the cat is just the husk of
Yeah.
the body. Yeah.
And it explains why the Egyptians were worshiping him too.
That's
They
some
had the
word.
brain parasites.
You might have just connected dots of evolution, bro.
Yeah,
Oh my
dude.
god, man!
Brain slugs.
Holy shit, dude! My mind's blown, dude. Oh my god, bro. Yahweh be with you, dude.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
my
yeah,
god,
yeah.
dude.
Yahweh be with you.
Praise.
Perfect time for that shit.
God damn, dude.
Hell yes.
I think we just figured it out, dude. I think we
Yeah.
need to bring back the Egyptian religion, dude.
Yeah, dude, and I think we also need to probably do a mass extermination on some cats.
You know.
Just slow down the population growth a little. We don't have to kill all
Yeah,
of them.
there's a lot of them, bro.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of them for
There's
sure.
way too fucking many cats.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Too
But,
much.
Yeah, so that's terrifying. That's hilarious. So, I guess the moral of the story, if we go back full circle, is
Don't fuck with cats
shout
too
out
much.
to Magawa, the rat, for finding all those landmines. I
Yeah,
guess.
that's right. I forgot we were talking about the rats.
71 mines in
Lo-
4 years.
A lot of tangents today.
Yeah. 71 landmines, dude, in 4 years.
That's a lot,
That
dude.
motherfucker saved a lot of
Yeah,
lives.
for sure. A lot
Also-
of gear, a lot of equipment, a lot of people.
Also, why a gold medal? Why give a rat a gold medal? Give him
Press.
cheese.
Press.
Yeah, but make it out of cheese. So he could like chew on
You
it.
know, yeah,
Take a
that
cute
that'd have
picture.
been pretty cute. You
Yeah,
know,
dude, like he's wearing the little
See?
necklace, and then the metal's made out of cheese, and he's chewing on it with his dumb little rat
we got
hands.
the ideas here. Thanks in the shine,
Yeah.
dude.
And they're
Yeah.
also huge. Real quick, we only got a minute left. Look up these giant Africa poached rats. They are fucking terrifying, dude. They look like not rats. Rats, yeah.
Golden poached rat image.
Look at that, dude. It's got a leash on it.
Okay, here we go.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
It's as big as that guy's head.
I think those are the things that like carried the bubonic plague and shit, right?
Yeah.
No, like, at least they're that size.
Yeah. Dude.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah, I looked at all those ones that were like all harnessed up and stuff like that. Those are the ones that are looking for. Oh, there he is! Look,
What?
with his medal. He's right there in the middle.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking
Oh,
Magawa.
he looks kind of cute.
That's Magawa. Oh, his medal's adorable. Oh,
Okay, yeah, he's still pretty adorbs. Yeah.
All right, right on Magawa. All right. You think Yuri would
For the
fuck
troops,
Magawa?
dude. What?
Do you think Yuri would fucking fall in love and fuck Magawa for all of his brave contributions to the world?
I think it would need to be a slow relationship.
Yeah, I
think
think he could though. I mean, if he could fall in love with a supermarket chicken, he could eventually fall in love with a giant living rat.
I think he would. He'd have to ease into it.
Oh,
It'd be a
God.
slow. It'd be a little bit more of a relationship.
Well, yeah, if he didn't ease into it, he'd probably just break it with his dick.
Oh my god!
Ugh.
I was talking about the relationship,
Oh.
but the ease into the before sex,
Oh, yeah.
like
It
the
would be-
tension and shit.
You know what? I just figured it out. This name of this episode: Magawa the Fleshlight.
Oh,
it's awful.
defamed immediately.
Oh, that's awful. Well, thanks for listening, folks. Join the Discord.
What a way to end.
Show your friends.
Yeah, for real.
If you have friends, good for you. Yeah, right on.
Tell him.
But show them.
Tell him.
Yeah, bitch.
Thanks.
One more time for you.
Yahweh be with you.